We are back to the beginner's guide, part two. Apparently, Coda at this point figured out that he didn't want to do the prison stuff anymore. He figured out the concept of the prisons, and now we are continuing to figure out what the hell is going on. You better be interacting in those comments, you fucks. Hello? Who is this? Hey, it's me. I'm you from after you escaped the prison. You're me? So you were trapped in the prison too?
It's a conversation. And so this is what Coda wants, is to be able to talk to someone, to share what's on his mind, and to get some good advice from someone who knows. But the irony is that even in this scenario, you're still talking to yourself. You know, all of these games so far are Coda talking to himself.
I was in the escape tutorial. That's where I am right now. Oh, I'm so glad to know that I get out eventually. Do you? What's it like to escape? Actually, I'm already forgetting what the prison was like. It's strange, but in a way. It feels like being completely still and wildly in motion at the same time. Do you feel any different? Sometimes I'm scared I'll get out, and then things will be exactly the same as before. It actually does change. I don't feel like the same person at all. I'm saying that because that's the optimistic way. Sort of get out of depression. Oh, good. That's so nice to hear. That makes me feel really happy. 3. This is the best. I'm gonna do everything good. I'm gonna say everything sort of cheerful and optimistic that I can. Remember to enjoy being who you are right now. It won't last. I don't know if that's the best. Fine, I'll say it. Wait, if you're me, then did you get a call from another version of you when you were trapped? I don't remember getting a call. No, I think I'm the first person to call back. Then can you tell me how to get out? Maybe I can come find you. Oh, that's creepy. What do I have to do? What the fuck? And it's bizarre to me that I'm spending so much time thinking about these things. This is because there is no concrete answer. Like, why am I spending so much time sitting here thinking what the real answer is? I think it might be a reflection on me. To get out, you need to tell me how you feel right now. Let's be a therapist. What? That will free me? How does that work? This is almost like him saying, alright, let's look at this like a math problem. If feeling something means therapy and sort of talking your way out of feeling bad, this is his response was, how does therapy work? How does talking about my feelings work? I'm gonna tell him, just tell me how you feel. Okay, I feel afraid that nothing will ever change. Here we go. Here's the fatalist. Go on. Here's the fatal.
I can see why he considers this a fitting conclusion to the prison games. After all of the obsession and frustration, just to be told by someone you can trust that things are going to be okay. Wouldn't that be nice? So what would it look like if Coda wanted to make a game about talking to someone other than himself?
This is beautiful. This is the first time I've seen a landscape like this.
To me, this environment is meant to represent Coda's puzzle, with the 2 doors on either side and a dark transitional space between.
I know I'm supposed to go through here, but I'm wondering what the hell happens up here.
Just so you're aware, nothing will happen up here until you've been inside the house.
Okay. This is so Stanley Parable of it. What? These games can be so creepy, man. Just creepy in like an unsettling, like what is life type of way, which is worse, which can be worse than like a monster trying to eat you. Well, my goodness, I'm glad as all heck that you showed up. Thought I might have to clean this entire house all by myself, and right miserable that would have been. Everyone knows how lonesome hands make lousy homes. And lousy homes make
You'll notice
home
that the
loners.
quality of the art is a step up from previous games, including this new and improved chat system, which he started using from this point on. From here on out, he begins putting much more effort into the visual polish of his work, and this particular game took 2 months to create as a result.
I'll make the bed, sure. Let me kiss that. Let me feel you up. That sheet looks nice. I liked it when it wasn't made up. What if there's a body in here? That's every other game. Every other game would have creepy shit happen, but this one, it's creepy without that. Oh, while you're in there, why don't you straighten out the rug a little bit? All the little details matter. Shoop. How'd you end up doing this job? A friend dragged me along at a time when I was desperate for cash. Turns out I'd never felt so good doing something for money in my whole life. Never did like cleaning my own home. I might have got some demons I ain't ready to face yet. Oh, and speaking of demons, someone's put this couch all in a mess. Would you come straighten out these pillows here? Why am I speaking in that accent? Zoop. Oh, looks like someone spilled a drink by the couch. Maybe mop that up. As long as you're over there. I feel compelled to share an incredibly cheesy personal insight. You okay with that? Make it especially cheesy. I'm assuming this is Coda speaking. This is whatever he says is how Coda feels. No, it was stupid. Sorry, never mind. Hey, those dishes need to be washed. Why don't you come do that? Last I checked, the tub needed a cleaning. How about you scrub it down as best as you can? Hey, this is your job. No need to be perfect. We're all just human. Are there still books scattered on the floor of the bedroom? If so, would you put them back on the shelf? Why do I have to do all of this? It's his job. Perfect. Now then, how about you come over and clear these dishes off the table?
After the intense set of prison games, this house cleaning level almost feels like cleansing. It's the moment after a particularly difficult or traumatic experience where you just need to let it sit and digest inside of you, and eventually cohere into something meaningful.
Do these chores ever end? Darling, let me tell you something. Whatever work you do, you absolutely gotta own it. Otherwise it owns you. So why don't we be the task at hand and leave the future chores the future you. Present you wants to be.
I know that Coda really liked this game. Of all of his work, actually, this was the only one that he called me up to ask me to come over and look at it. This was during a period of a few months where he was like grossly happy all the time. Just walked around with a constant smile on his face.
Earlier when I said I had a really cheesy thought, I was going to say that it occurs to me that one's house is a lot like one's soul. You take care of it and it takes care of you. Don't know why I felt so weird about saying that. I get it, that's a weird thing to say to someone you just met. I'm going to say, but there's a bit of truth to it, no? Anyway, so, housekeeping. Let's keep doing this. Books. Would you please clean up the books? Thanks. I did this already. goodness, those pillows on the couch are a real mess.
I'm glad he
cleaned...
made this. I'm glad he found some peace.
Question. Do you
But,
enjoy this?
of course, it can't last. The music stops, your companion is gone, it's time to leave. The door at the top of the hill is now open as well. Again, you can't stay in the dark space for too long. You just can't. You have to keep moving. It's how you stay alive.
The lamppost.
Which is the whole point of the puzzle doors, right? That sooner or later you have to pick up and move. I really thought that was the point of it.
Items you love at
This
Members
one
Only
gets a
Places.
bit goofy.
Why'd you come here today? Was it to improve your life? Was it to get a better job? Was it to make your relationship more meaningful? No. You came here to be perfect. This workshop is going to teach you how to be perfect. I want your friends, the people in your life, to look at you and think, wow, this person is a better human being than I am. Right now, who do you think about that way in your own life? Who do you know who is so well developed as a person that they make you feel disgusted with yourself, compared to whom you feel useless, selfish, ungrateful? I intend to make you into that person. Perfection is within your grasp. And the question is not how do we do it, but how do we do it effortlessly? That is easy. It is so easy. It is so easy.
About halfway through the game, the perspective shifts.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
And you play as the teacher. And suddenly, you discover that your teacher is just as bigoted and afraid as you are. Oh, and also you can move around the classroom now.
Kids should not follow their dreams. Why is that gray? So yellow is the right one. Well, let me tell you right now, if it isn't effortless, that's not the right answer. You are torturing yourself. But those choices are... this one hurts my brain. If you're torturing yourself, trying to do the right solutions for your life, trying to find the right solutions for your life, you're not doing it right. Seek out only one thing. What is easiest? Simplest path forward. The other ones say, do you understand that you won't be happy until you love me? This is for you. I'm going to say that. It doesn't matter. There's no truth. There's no path. Holy shit, you guys. Something is coming out of the back of the room. Look out. Everyone run. Run.
I felt pretty hard for this one. I feel like it's one of the most relatable experiences that you can have. To assume that some other person is perfect and totally fulfilled in every way, and completely miss all of the little flaws that make them painfully human. I think about this game a lot these days. This one took a lot longer than all the others for Coda to make. It was 4 months between this and the last one. That's twice as long as it took him to make any other game before this, and it's not like it's particularly complex, so I remember I found that a little strange at the time.
Stage right, stage left. The stage. Oh, scare. Alright, the performance is beginning. Places, please. I'm performing, huh? What am I performing? In this scene, you'll be playing as me. We are at a gathering of professionals. First, you'll start out leaning against this wall. He's gonna pretend to be normal, watch. It's gonna be all about pretending to be cool and like, you're collected and doing well. Good, stay right there. The woman across the room in this chair is a professional photographer of animals. It's your dream to photograph animals professionally. This is your one chance to learn something from her, to gain something, to succeed. Go on, say something to her. Hello? Hello? That's it? That's not a conversation. You need to actually converse with her, be a human being. Do it again. Here are all my hopes and dreams. Lay it all out. No, 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 that's not what I said to her at all. You're completely missing the tone of the conversation. I was reserved, but I knew what I wanted. It was confident. For some reason, it was just that one moment, but I was confident. Maybe it's that you need a better feel of the setting. There were a lot of people around us. I'll give you some props to work with. These cones that bounce when you touch them will represent the people nearby. Now talk to her again. She's wise, she's happy, she's focused, she's successful. What are some sacrifices you had to make? You're messing it all up again. You'll freak her out if the conversation gets that personal that quickly. No, she won't. Do you not realize how important this was for me? I'll never get another opportunity like this again. Everything was riding on this. Hi, I want to try something. Try stepping back from the stage. Sure, man. Whatever the fuck you want. That's creepy. What the fuck? Whoa! The prison. Fine. Okay, yes, now this is working.
The game ends with this eerie premonition of what's going to happen next in Coda's life. The solution to social anxiety, to fears of having to perform and having to chase success, the answer for Coda is to withdraw, to hide himself away. Which is what leads to scenarios like the stairs that slowed you down several games ago, where it just becomes harder and harder to access Coda's inner landscape because he keeps retreating. He just keeps backing away from possible connections to anyone other than himself. And to be honest, I didn't consider it very healthy when I first played this game. You know, it looked to me like he was trying to justify the idea of just disconnecting yourself from the world. And that wasn't what I wanted for him or for his games. Because I feel like a lot of his games are inviting me to connect with this person, to bring him closer. But what can you do? After this, Coda went off and took another 5 months to make a new game.
Oh, Coda. I don't feel good about this Mobius trip. To play this game properly, you need to keep your eyes closed. Click to begin the game. Alright, folks. Let's close our eyes. Do it with me. I don't know what is happening. Alright, I briefly opened my eyes just to look at my keyboard. I'm clicking, I don't know what I'm doing. My eyes are closed. Am I a dummy for doing this? I'm moving back, I'm moving right. Clicking. Eyes are still closed.
You should probably open your eyes if you haven't already.
Okay.
It's pretty much impossible to solve otherwise. And there is a solution, by the way.
Hope I'm blind. I can't see anything. What's going on? I can't see anything. Oh, we're about to crash. Please, someone talk to me. Number 1, engage hyperspeed. I can't die. I can't die like this. Let me beam out. Let me beam out. I'm beaming out of this bitch. I'm escaping. The truth. The only way to stop is to speak to something that is honest. I can't keep making these. Yes, that's it. That's the truth.
like I said, I was getting concerned. First off, he's never been this explicit in his work about exactly what he's thinking. So where's that coming from? But then even weirder, his work has potentially stopped being an outlet for him. Not like he's having trouble iterating on ideas, but he literally just can't think of new ideas anymore. And in person, he was being a lot more distant than usual. Like, you know how sometimes a person will just deflect anything that you say in order to keep themselves disconnected all the time? It was that kind of thing. Here was the point in my relationship with Coda where I really started to wonder if he needed my help in some way.
I can guarantee he needed help. I haven't been honest. You're doing it. It's working. I'm alone. I wonder if I say the wrong thing, if I keep crashing. We're going to be okay. So he admitted it. He admitted his problem.
His games are going to get more desperate from here on out. After this game, it's almost 6 months before he finishes something new.
What is this? Oh, whoa. Where did this island come from? Who played these games? Is that a person? How lovely. It's been a long time since I talked to anyone. What's wrong? You look lost. When I try to create, I feel empty. Oh no. What's happened? Did something change? There was a machine that kept me going and it stopped. Alright, this is growing. Wait, you're looking for a machine? I think I know where it is. It isn't far. I need to see it to know why it stopped. I can take you to it.
If the last game featured Coda talking explicitly about his creative frustrations, this one turns it up to 11. Now, put yourself in my shoes playing this. Here's a friend whose work is exhibiting signs of struggle, frustration, anxiety, depression, even. And yet, still, he keeps making games. He keeps throwing himself into the grinder even when he clearly doesn't have the energy for it anymore. Why? What is it for?
Come along, I'll show it to you. I think he wants help. This is a plea.
From my perspective at the time, and just what I knew of him, this was a result of how isolated he was. He was in his own little bubble, just sitting at his computer all day, not really showing these games to anyone, not releasing them onto the internet, and so he didn't have anyone outside of himself to connect with. He had no outlet to ground himself on.
I saw this puzzle before. I made this damn puzzle. Oh, wonderful. Can you tell me how to do it? First, you have to open the door. Okay, now what? Now you have to close the first door. Oh, no. I shouldn't have done that. I should have done something different. Now just open the first door. Okay. I don't think there's a way to open it from here. Fuck. So just open the first door. Just close the first door. It's already closed though. So just open the first door. I wanted to do something different. I don't think there's fuck. I wanted to do something different, but I forgot. I should have thought about this. I wanted it to see what happened if I told this person to do something different from what was normal or what we did before. So let's just press the switch here. Ah, that was so simple.
You can't talk yourself out of loneliness. It doesn't work that way. You can't be the one writing both the questions and the answers. Then there's no movement. Then there's no circulation. If all of your anxieties are being channeled into your work, then if the work ever fails, you have no backup and you're just going to crash.
These are just words on some walls. Trust me, you'll see. You have to say your work is fun and easy. You have to say that game development is simple and joyous and that you love it 100% of the time. Alright, making games is effortless. Ah, that feels wonderful. Why did I feel so awful when I said that? Don't worry about it, just keep talking. This is so sad. Keep saying that creation is easy. When I make games, I feel completely energized. This guy's depressed. He's depressed and he needs help. That's what it is.
Seeing this game at the time that he made it, it looked really unhealthy to me. I was watching him do this to himself, and I hated it. I hated seeing him so trapped. It's like, video games are not worth this amount of suffering. This is someone I really cared about. And I used to get so much joy out of seeing him create. For him to suddenly become angry and frustrated like this, it was the worst thing for me.
It always pays off eventually. It hurts for him to try and be something different. He needs to get up.
This is what I felt at the time. I don't know how else to explain it.
I will be saved by my
I
work.
wanted it to stop more than anything. I had never felt so rotten. I needed more than I had ever needed anything for this to stop.
There's a person in there. A real person. This first time
But
I've
it
seen
didn't
some...
stop. After finishing this one, Coda takes another 7 months and comes up with a new game.
Ma'am, glad to see you've arrived safely. We've captured the machine. It's waiting for you now. You can begin the interrogation whenever you like. This is different. I intend to be quick. Very good. Just be warned that someone called the press. We might have a bit of attention on this one. Also, one more thing you should know about the machine. It calls itself Coda. What? He's interrogating himself? Alright, press. Everyone wants to know. Will we get to see the machine? What will you do with it? What are you doing with the machine? What's going on? What can you tell us? I'm telling you all shit. Alright. This is the machine. We're in Coda's brain.
And of course, it's the machine.
You stopped. These games are his own mind. These are digital manifestations of his own brain that he's exploring. Your work was keeping us healthy. Those people out there, can you imagine what pain you put them through? That's not the right thing to say to a depressed person. I've been so alone. Apologize for leaving me. None of this is healthy. None of this is the right way of looking at things. I have seen the thing you fear. Alright then, I'll apologize to the people on your behalf. My friends... You could have called them followers. I have a troubling revelation. The machine refuses to admit that it deliberately hurt us. I'm going to say the machine will not apologize to us. But this is not important. We are stronger than it thinks we are. Look, even these choices that he's making, even these choices are too fatal and nihilistic. Even his outlook, you can see by the choices. He doesn't have any choices that say, let's stop all of this, let's be better now, let's go get help. It's never about getting help. It's always about him dealing with things on his own. Let us show it that we are not failures. Follow me, we will destroy everything that the machine has created. I'm gonna say destroy the machine, fine. Self-destructive. What? The sound is so muted.
So now the work is becoming self-destructive. And I'll tell you, at the time that I first played this game, shortly after he made it, here's what I'm thinking to myself. I'm thinking that Code is stuck in his own head, and that it's having a very negative effect on him, and that all he needs to do is just start showing his work to people, to get some actual feedback on his games. It might get him out of isolation. And so, as I'm thinking this, I realize that I could be the one to initiate it. Because it would never occur to Coda to start actively soliciting feedback, so what if I did it for him? If he could see the difference it would make to have more actual conversations with other human beings, would that bring him out of his mental spiral? Would it give him confidence in himself? Would it bring meaning back into his work?
I'm gonna guess no. Oh shit, I fell.
So I started showing Coda's work to people. I took this one, and the islands which you just played, the theater, the notes, the house cleaning game, and some of the prison escape games. I brought them to people that I knew and trusted. I asked their opinions. And the great part is that they really loved his games. You know, the point of it all was just to give him some external reference point, but they genuinely loved his work. There was nothing for him to be afraid of.
I'm not moving, by the way. This is all automatic. Still not moving. Put down your weapon.
Can you see why I felt like this was the right thing to do? Because it's the thing that I always feel like I need. To be told that my work is good. That I am good. When someone really connects with a thing that I've made, when they see themselves purely in my work, there's nothing that feels better. And I got to give that very same feeling to my friend. I did something... I really felt like I'd done something good. Like I was a good person. I felt like there was a friend who was in trouble and was unhappy and maybe didn't like themselves, and I could fix it. If I could give him this gift, maybe I could fix the problem. When they told me how much they enjoyed his games, it was the best feeling. It was the absolute best feeling. It made me feel so happy.
But not him.
So beautifully, beautifully happy. So anyway, Coda finishes this game, and then really he just kind of takes off for a while. So this is June of 2011, and I didn't hear anything from him for several weeks, I guess. And so out of nowhere, one day I get an email, and it's got a private link to a new game of Coda's. This one is called The Tower, and to my knowledge, it's the last game that Coda ever made. So let's take a look.
Oh man, here we go.
And this is where I have trouble saying anything meaningful about Coda's work. Because more than anything else, the tower just feels distant. It feels like it's trying to distance itself from the world. It's a very cold game.
I wonder if this is all the
room
original sound.
actually has a maze in it.
What the hell?
Except that all the walls of the maze are invisible. And then every time you touch one of the walls, there's this awful flashing and noise. So the experience is really miserable. The game goes beyond not being meant to be played. It actually seems to despise the player for trying to play it at all. But I do want to show you the rest of the levels, so when you're ready to continue, press enter and I'll put a bridge over the maze. And to be fair, it's not like this is the first game that's needed some modification to be playable. Like the house cleaning game. You know, that one used to actually loop the cleaning chores and you just cleaned a house forever. I had to cut it off so that you could exit the house and the game would actually end. But that game had an idea that it was actually trying to communicate. What's the deeper idea behind the invisible maze?
Being punished for even trying.
The only way past this challenge is to randomly guess the 6-digit code. Like the invisible maze, it's frustrating to me, because it's the opposite of everything else that Coda has made. It doesn't encourage thought or engagement. It doesn't ask anything of me, except a lot of my time. If I could have reached him during this time, then maybe I could have asked him, but I couldn't. I still don't really understand why this is here. I'll put the code on the ground for you here, though, so that we can move on.
Hooray.
The switch to open this door is actually on the other side of the door, meaning that it's literally impossible to solve from this side. So even if you somehow brute forced your way through the first 2 challenges, and you got to this point, there's actually just no way to progress. And it's scary for me, the idea of Coda cutting himself off entirely, just saying, you know, that's it, that's the end of the conversation, not giving me any way to fix the problem. I feel like a failure, I guess, when I can't fix the problem. But I can open this door for you, so let me do that. Was I a failure for not understanding this game? I mean, I don't know why I would be. It's not like everything needs to have a solution, but I feel it somehow. I feel like I failed, and I don't understand why. I remember, it's June of 2011. I'm playing this for the very first time, and as I'm playing, I'm thinking to myself, I don't know this person. I have no idea who this person is. It wasn't the guy I knew, it wasn't my friend. I had come to so many conclusions from looking at all of his work up to this point, and then suddenly none of them... I had been trying to, though. That was the thing. For years I was trying to get to know him, to understand who he actually was and what he stood for. I asked him so many times to please just tell me what his games mean to him. I asked him please to tell me what the 3 dots mean. And he wouldn't. I just felt so strongly that if I could have connected with him, that if I could have somehow made his work my own, that I would finally be once and for all happy. It was that I needed to see myself in someone else. I needed to be someone other than me. But he stopped and left, and it felt somehow like I had failed.
I think I came from there. This situation is almost hypnotizing.
Where did I screw up?
Dear Davey, thank you for your interest in my games. I need to ask you to not speak to me
I'm the
anymore.
reason that you stopped making games, aren't I? It's because of what I did. I poisoned it for you.
Oh, man.
I don't think I ever told you this, but when I took your work and I was showing it to people, it actually felt... it felt as though I were responsible for something important and valuable.
I wonder at times whether you think I am making these games for you. It's just so strange. You've so infected my personal space that it's possible that I did begin to find that solution.
The people who played them, they treated me like I was important. They really listened and cared about what I had to say. Even though I was showing your work, I felt good about myself. Finally. For a moment, while I had that, I liked myself.
If there was an answer or meaning, would it make you any happier? Would you stop taking my games and showing them to people against my wishes? Giving them something that is not yours to give, violating the one boundary that keeps me safe? Would you stop changing my games, stop adding lampposts to them? Would you simply...
And then you stopped, and I didn't have anything left to show people. I just had to be with myself. And as soon as that happened, there was no feeling at all. Nothing. Less than nothing. What does that mean?
Who is Coda? Is Coda real? Is Coda me? When I'm around you, I feel physically ill. You desperately need something, and I cannot give it to you. I literally do not have it. Struggling to come up with new ideas is not making me depressed. Low points are just a part of the process. The fact that you think I am frustrated or broken says more about you than about me. I realize that this doesn't make sense to you just yet. Which is fine, you're not my problem to solve. But I do hope that one day it clicks and that you make peace with this thing you're wrestling.
I'm afraid that I did something really stupid because I don't like myself.
Is Davey admitting that he doesn't like himself? And when you finally see what I'm talking about, don't say anything. Alright, let's do it again.
That's why I'm releasing this collection of your work. Is because I haven't been able to find any other way to reach you. I've tried everything. And so a part of me has hope that if I put this compilation out into the world, and if I put my name on it, that maybe enough people will play it so that it'll find its way to you, so that I can tell you that I'm sorry. I know I screwed up. If I apologize to you truly and deeply, will you start making games again? Please, I need to feel okay with myself again. And I always felt okay as long as I had your work to see myself in. I mean, is something wrong with me? Because I know that I did an awful thing, and I'm doing it again right now. Like, I'm showing people your work, but I can't stop myself from doing it. That's how badly I need to feel something again, like I'm an addict. There has to be something wrong with me. Can I apologize? What if I tell you I was wrong? Will that work? Will that fix it? I don't know. I don't think it will, but there's nothing else that I can do. Just tell me what you want. I'm sorry. I'm
These walls are
sorry.
closing in on
Please, start making games again. Please help me. Please
talking
give
to
me
the
some of
machine.
whatever it is that makes you complete. I want whatever that wholeness is that you just summoned out of nothing and you put into your work. You were complete in some way that I never was. I want to know I want to know how to be a good person. I want to know how not to hate myself. Please. I'm fading, and all I want is to know that I'm going to be okay.
What? Folks, I'm as shocked as you are. I don't know what's going on. But here's the epilogue. Where are we? Lamppost? No. What the fuck? That was a narrative. That wasn't real.
More love, more praise, more people telling me that I'm good. Always more. It's like a disease.
Alright. We're going on a trip.
Solution. I guess if someone had told me ahead of time that he just really enjoyed making prison games, maybe I wouldn't have thought he was so desperate. I wouldn't have told so many people that he was depressed. Maybe he just likes making prisons. Even now, the disease is telling me to stop. Don't show people what a shitty person you are. They'll hate you.
Yeah, I don't know much to say at this point. This thing is just kind of playing itself out, isn't it? We're in a desolate landscape. I would have segmented, like, stopped this game 10 minutes ago to play out this ending, but I feel like we should just keep going. Let's just finish this thing out 2 parts.
If I knew that my life depended on finding something to be driven by other than validation, what would that even be? It's strange, but the thought of not being driven by external validation is unthinkable. Like, I actually cannot conceive of what that would be like.
I was talking to MeMugga11 about this the other day on my live stream to make this all about me. Yeah, we were talking about external validation. How he's one of those people that he does like the external validation of things. I like it too, but I do also feel like I have to keep creating.
I think I need to go. And I'm sorry, because I know that I said that I would be here and I would walk you through this, but I'm starting to feel like I have a lot of work to do.
You have to walk me through
I
it.
have a lot that I need to make up for, and so I'm just gonna... Okay.
I'm just wondering now if Coda is real. So bizarre. I'm in the prison, I guess. Oh. Oh, boy. The most depressing, bizarre Let's Play. Hey, Brad. Click like if you think that Coda is a figment of the creator's imagination. Very bizarre. I hope you enjoyed watching this, by the way, to some degree. Make sure you, I want to see your comments. Make sure you just tell me what you think is going on, because I hope something reveals itself. Otherwise, I'm just kind of walking. What's behind me? What's in front of me? What's around me? What is life? It seems like it's eluding me. Oh, it's the thing. It's the teleporter. Oh my god, this is weird. Is this it? Okay. Am I gonna see everything? What am I looking at? Oh, whoa. Gaze upon the universe.
Turn back from this cave. You said, let me
This project would not have been possible without following the visuals.
let me keep
Oh, yeah, that was a strange experience.
But the cave goes for miles and miles and miles, and you're so tired.
Yeah, you guys, type in the comments. Let me know what you think, because I don't know what to think right now. I'm thinking Coda's not real, and the narrator's not what you think. It's like it's a story about a fictional character. Alright, thanks for watching. Wow, that was weird. That was so weird.